What's going on, guys? Felipe here with Social Buddha Education, and today I want to talk about how to increase your confidence and emotional freedom with people. Now, as you go through these 3 tips that I'm going to be sharing with you, I want you to notice that as you get to know yourself more, as you begin to see a lot of your emotional triggers, your reactions, and different things like that, that you can be more compassionate with others and begin to take things less personal, less serious when people are acting out of their own traumas, out of their own filters, out of their own just conditioned way of thinking and feeling and acting. So check out this video. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, put them down below. And that's about it. Alright, guys, so the first tip to really gain emotional freedom and confidence with people is to begin to really get emotional independence for yourself. What does that mean? It means that start being independent of your emotions. Stop identifying with them. For example, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling excited, it doesn't matter whether positive or negative, still an emotion. So stop labeling yourself as that emotion. Instead of saying I'm angry or I'm sad and all that kind of stuff, just simply you could say there is an emotion of sadness and that type of thing, and in that way begin to be aware of that emotion from almost like a third person perspective. In fact, as you begin to wake up from what I call the dream world of reality, you begin to see things more as a third person, more as a consciousness, and just identifying from thoughts, just identifying from a lot of emotions. So again, when you're having emotions, realize that they're temporary, realize that they're not you, and realize that you are just simply feeling them, perceiving them, and that's it, and that they are from your past, their past conditioned emotions. So that's the first tip. All right, the second tip to really get a hold of your emotions has to do with being more present. And I know that you're not always in a position to meditate everywhere you are, but in a way you are. So you can practice mindfulness by bringing attention to your breathing, taking a deep breath. And as you might have heard of, breathing can be a very healing practice in terms of deep breaths and being conscious of your breath as it goes in and out. Also, bring attention to your body. So you might be feeling an emotion that you feel it here in your stomach, or you might feel it somewhere else. You can feel that emotion. The more you feel it, the more you begin to heal that emotion automatically, whether it's pain or even a positive emotion. You can begin to be more at peace and have less of the ups and downs and that sort of thing. And so in this way, you want to really practice being conscious of your breath and practice being conscious of your body to bring your attention to the now, and again, feel the emotion. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with the emotion. Make friends with it. In fact, many times you'll find that the goal is really in a lot of these negative emotions. As you feel them more and more, you begin to break patterns that you previously had of action or thoughts. And in fact, in the third tip that I'm going to be giving you in a minute, I'm going to be talking about how to stop feeding your thoughts by with your emotions. So anyway, that's tip number 2. Let's go on to the next one. All right, so tip number 3 has to do with your thoughts, and this is one of the best ways to increase your confidence. I talk about it all the time, but again, it's always worth repeating because it's so important. So you want to journal. You want to journal all your thoughts that come up with these emotions, especially if it's a pattern emotion. If you always get angry when, let's say, you're in a relationship or you're dating someone and they don't respond to your text right away, what comes up not only emotionally but in terms of your thoughts? Or it might be in a social situation when you are, let's say you approach someone or you say hello to someone and they don't say hello back. What comes up? Does a feeling of rejection come up? Does the thought of not being good enough? What thoughts come up? Write them down. And if you don't want this to just be a therapy session, then reframe them, change them, begin to switch things from, okay, this is what it means right now, and this is what I choose this to mean. So again, you're not always going to be able to choose your situations and what happens to you in life, but you can always choose the interpretation and the meaning you put to it. Life is very much meaningless in terms of we create the meaning that we give to it, and in that way we can begin to create a whole new life. You begin to have a different energy where people are reacting to you differently, situations are happening to you differently. Whatever it is, the kind of life that you want to live, no matter how far-fetched on an everyday basis, you must begin to create it inside of yourself. And part of this is actually taking charge of your emotions. So the third one, again, is write down everything that goes on in terms of your thoughts. The reason for this is because if you're not aware of your thoughts, you can't really control them. And so these are the thoughts that are going to be fueled by your emotions. So, and vice versa. Once the emotions fuel the thoughts will begin to fuel the emotions as well. So you want to put a stop to it, to that cycle, and that is how you do it. Even in the beginning, when it feels uncomfortable to say the positive version of those thoughts, it's very important for you to keep them up and say those positive things over and over every single day. So that's what I have to say about taking charge of your emotions.